side. Okay. So this joist is going.
And where are we at?
This is the back
right.
The back right joist is going to point to the left rear pole.
Okay.
So this is gonna be like, it's gonna be like a finger going, okay, we're going over there.
Okay.
And we're going to put the roof.
Number 31.
31.
Then 79 on the outside, and then put them together.
Yeah. Now we're gonna take.
But
80.
Shouldn't 80 go on first because it's on the inside?
80 is gonna go up there.
Oh, 80 goes up at the top.
All right.
Okay.
That's
so
complete.
That's the back right. That's what it should look like.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're working on the roof part, page 13, and it's number 12 and number 13. And we've been trying to figure out how these two go together. And if you notice right here, where's my finger? Right here, these two pieces have to open up to let this piece right here slide into it. This is kind of bent, so Keith has to kind of fix it. But number 13 piece slides into number 12. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that while you get it started. All we gotta do is get the first part started and then just slide in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So make sure this is on top of this.
Okay. There we go. There we go.
Watch your hands now. It's like a razor blade.
All right. I'm good. It's gonna stop right here.
Yeah, we gotta go all the way in.
There we go.
That's it.
That's it.
Very sneaky, isn't it?
That was really sneaky. Good job. Okay, page 12. We're putting together 24, 25, 27, and 26. When you put your bolts in up here, just lightly tighten them, because 27 is actually...
It's just gonna hold, it's gonna hold the lip. This bolt is gonna hold this lip against this backing plate. So right now we're gonna tighten this one and the one all the way on the left.
And just that
this one. And that's gonna hold it, which of course the bottom's turning.
So
I'm gonna bring it out. And you're gonna have to, okay,
okay.
We'll come back to that. Or take your screwdriver and just turn that screw.
These aren't very deep. Okay, demonstration purposes. We're going to attach 26, this piece here, onto 24. This step right here.
Yeah, that would be, this side's flush. This has the little lip on it right here. This lip is going to go on the back side of these nuts, bolts right here. So we're gonna, the bolts are loose. So we're gonna slip this piece on, like right there. This lip is gonna go behind that bolt all the way down, Then we're going to hold it, and then we tighten the bolt, and the bolt will sit on top of this lip and fasten it to this piece here.
I'll hold that piece. The trick is to get it on there.
At an angle.
At an angle, okay.
And then bend it back.
Wait a minute, we didn't get this side. Okay. That piece is on there, but it's not tight. It has to slide over because I'm not even over here.
I could do this one, and then we'll go back to that. I can hold this here if you can get this tight.
Okay, but it's hanging off the edge over here.
Okay, we'll tap it with a hammer, a mullet when we get done.
It's hanging off the edge by that much.
Okay, this side here is flush. So we got to figure out what side needs to hang over.
Okay.
Okay, on page 12, we are doing the front top door rail. And it's kind of confusing, it gets a little trying, but we've got through the point. Directions, you have to just read them over and over a couple times and you'll get it. Now, as you're putting the two rails together, the top piece and the bottom piece, the top rail is going to go under the nut, the bolt. It's going to go under it. It's going to go under it. So in time, this is going to move wear and tear, and it's going to actually work itself out, and it's going to create the door from falling and being uneven. So what we're doing is we're adding washers to the backside of all the nuts, the bolts. So like right there, you can see there's a washer in there. That washer is going to help hold the two rails together. Over time, that'll be a preventative maintenance is what we're doing. So kind of modifying our own door.
Okay, so let's demonstrate how we're doing this. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm making sure that that washer is over the top of this lip here. I apologize for the birds, but somebody's not happy in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're also going to make sure that this is still square on that track.
So we got the.
So do you want to grab the?
We got the bolts and the washer that we want square.
Okay, go ahead and.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, that's necessary. Okay, little modification just to help you out and make sure that this is going to last longer than it was intended.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit on the side braces and some of the things that does not mention inside the directions that we've had to redo. So we're going to come over here. This is the side brace. It goes from one side to the other. Now there's arrows on here. The arrows are always going to point towards the corner post. Arrows are going to point towards a corner post. So we had to redo that to get this one nice and straight because it was off a little bit. Now another one is doing the vertical supports. When you put these screws inside the post here, you got one up here, one down here, and one at the bottom. What it doesn't really say is that you got to put more in here to set up the horizontal supports, like over here that we're doing right now. See, this is the horizontal supports. So this is the corner post. On the first one, you're going to put 2 extra screws. You're going to slide them down.
The long ones.
Yeah, not the short ones, the long ones, right here. 1, 2, and you're just going to let them sit down here. Then you're going to, fasten your top and keep it screwed in. So you're going to have 2 loose bolts just sitting right here in this track. When you get ready to do it, you're going to put the piece here where it says the arrow. See the arrow? It's pointing towards the post. So you're going to screw this into the hole. There's a hole here designed for that. Put that in there. And these are the 2 screws you put in. You put 1 for here and 1 for here. So remember, these screws go up and down on this slot. So you put once you get this section in here, pull it out to here, bring up your screw, line it up, put it in here, put it in the hole, tighten it up. Do the same thing for the bottom support. Now, this one here is the first one from the corner. The second, the third, and the fourth one from the corner take 4 extra nuts, bolts in the track. You're just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. So as an example, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we come back over to the last one, and it's the same as the first one. There's only 1. So all the way to the right and all the way to the left, the first column, they only get 1 extra screw per. So if you do the math on it, it's the first column gets 2 screws, second column 4 screws, third column 4 screws, fourth column 4 screws, fifth column, or the first one to this side, 2 screws. That's where we didn't really see that in the directions, and that's how it has to be.
And another thing too, with this being here, you need an extra one at the top of it and another one below it.
Yeah, when you're
down here.
That's right. When you're remember the first one and the last one have these little spacers in them. So you're going to have to put your screw in first, then put your spacer in.
Right, because we ended up having to undo the bottom down here and taking that off, dropping all 3 of these down, and then having to load them back up the right way. So just kind of think about it before you're making everything like permanent. They don't really give good directions in the book. We're learning as we're going along. This is Harbor Freight greenhouse installation for dummies.
Yeah, like Patty said, the directions are not exactly to par, you're gonna have to kind of think about it once you're putting it together. Look at it and go, well, that doesn't look right, because we found 2 or 3 things in the directions that say it goes this way and it does not. So just kind of look at it and think, okay, that doesn't look right. Read it again, look at the picture, then look at the simplicity of it. It might be different, so just pay attention to that.
And especially this over here. These are number 31. And we actually had one of these flip-flop the other way because we didn't see in the directions where the arrow should be pointing to the corner. We had one arrow pointing in this way. So I was trying to tell Keith, no, measure this, because one was 23¼ inches and the other one was 22¾ inches. And so it wasn't pulling together real good. So if it's not aligned up just perfectly, it's wrong. You're going to have to flip one of them over. So make sure your arrow is over here in this corner and the other arrow is over here. And actually, here's the arrow right here pointing that way.
Yeah.
And this arrow up here
is pointing this one.
This way. Now we're going to have a couple more 31s we're going to have to put on here. So we're going to make sure, and they're going to go, I don't remember what goes here. We haven't gotten there yet.
Same thing here. We're going to have to loosen these screws here. This is a good example of what we did. We're going to have to loosen these 2 so we can pull back, and we got to slide 2 more screws down this track to get in these holes.
And the directions don't tell you put 4 screws in here and just put you know, a washer on there and wait. So now we got to undo all this. And if you have untightened your screws more than twice, you're doing better than us, because we must have done this at least 4 times, undoing every screw to put something else in, because the directions aren't that good.
Yeah, so as you go along, knowing that's how they are, then you'll know, hey, you know what, maybe I shouldn't tighten this all the way, or maybe I need to look at it again. That'll save you a little bit of time. So we kind of feel like we're getting the niche on it now, but it took a little bit of time to get to this point.
And we would have brought you step by step as we were doing it, but we couldn't because we were messing up. Now I'm going to mention here, Keith, I'm not no contractor, okay, but I can really see that this bar right here, see how it points up? That's going to be the pitch of your roof.
Yeah, that bar there matches this one up here.
It's going to match that one up there, and then if you walk over here with me, this one here is going to do the same thing. It's going to go up that way too, and the ones in the front do the same. So don't think that this piece is going to go this way, because it's not going to work, because we did that first and we're like, it's not working out right. So
everything has to go in line.
Yeah,
just remember that
the directions are not good.
If your roof is, if you got a high centered roof, all points lead to the top.
Yes,
just like that.
So we'll as we go along a little bit more, we'll bring you some more tips and tricks. But this was not, it's easy to do, it's just it's taken us so long because we've had to undo to redo, because the directions have you tightening things up and then loosen it up and tighten it back up again, and whoops, come around one more time and loosen it up again and tighten it back up. So it's kind of frustrating, but it's definitely doable for the average person. The pictures are terrible quality.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You'll give yourself an extra day or two, because I'm telling you, it's you're gonna be pulling your hair out.
Yeah.
But so, it does come along. Common sense, and it will come along.
It will. It definitely will. So we'll try to bring out more little tricks or tips, or gosh, we screwed up on this too. Anyways, we'll come back at you.
All right.